Hello everyone and welcome to the Next Smith Show. Today my special guest is an award-winning director, Anthony Jones. Hey Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So how did you get into this industry, the filmmaking industry?
It's kind of crazy actually because my bachelor's degree is in journalism.
Okay.
And then I was at LIU, the CW Post campus. So I graduated and one of my friends was staying up at the school and I kind of like ran the dorms. So I was like still in that kind of mentality. So I was like, well, you know what? If I'm gonna stay here over the summer, I might as well just get my master's.
Okay.
So then I decided to get my master's in interactive multimedia arts, which is like making movies, building websites, making video games.
Awesome.
And then just kind of went from there.
To be an award-winning director, you have to have some kind of passion for this industry.
Yeah.
When did you realize, okay, this is what I'm passionate about?
I mean, I've always been a writer.
Okay.
So that kind of just led me into this, but I mean, I don't think I could do anything else but this.
But this.
Yeah. I wouldn't be happy. I could do other things, but I wouldn't be happy doing anything but this.
Yeah, because many people have this thing where they just have a job and there's a career. There's a difference between a job and a career. This to you is a career.
Yeah.
You is what you're passionate about. Are you currently working on any exciting projects right now?
I'm working on a couple of projects actually. The one that's closest to release is B.I.G documentary that I'm working on.
Awesome.
It's called Raw Deal, The Last Big Night, and I'm working with one of Puffy's old bodyguards, and he's talking about pretty much everything that went on at Bad Boy from '92 to about '98, '99. So everything surrounding Big's death, why the killer wasn't brought to justice, a whole bunch of things.
So you're going in deep and digging up the dirt.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of stuff that some people might not be too happy about coming out, but it is what it is. It's a story that has to be told, and being from Brooklyn and being a fan of Biggie, I feel like it's only right that the story.
Let's take a look at this documentary, Raw Deal, The Last Big Night.
Big was going to perform at Soul Train, and 5001 had made his outfit, but they brought him some black loafers that were a size 12. So Big said, shit, I'm going in my Timbs. I'm doing it Brooklyn style. Puff begged him like, yo, no, dog, you can't do that. We can't have that type of look. We got to get you some shoes. Some of you guys seen the Notorious, the movie and everything like that. And they said, yo, I got these shoes from Big Sexy. They ain't all that. But they have to do. First and foremost, I have the shoes, and the shoes were all that. They were Maury's. So he actually performed in the Maury's. That's the first time and the last time I ever wore those shoes.
What size are these?
Those are 14s like
These
you
ain't no
had.
fucking 14s. Fucking 12s. Ain't no fucking 14.
Y'all sent over the raw size shoes. Now he ain't going on. Yo, Big.
I've done just about every fucking thing you have ever asked of me. All I want in return is some motherfucking shoes that fit.
I just got these from Big Sexy. They ain't fly nothing, but they gonna have to work, baby.
I used to sling rock for nice kicks. Now look at me. This your idea of us changing the world?
As I flow with the Junior Mafia, I don't know what the hell's stopping you. I'm clocking you, Versace shade watching you. Once you turn out, end game begins. First I talk about how I dress is this, the diamond necklaces stretch. Woo! Just a magnet from the back I get deeper and deeper. Help you reach the way.
Never judge a man until you walked in his shoes. But what if that man walked in your shoes? What if that man was the Notorious Big and he wore your shoes in his last performance before he was murdered? Can you tell his story? Can you tell your story? This is my story. Raw Deal, The Last Big Night.
This came out of his mouth verbatim. He said, I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die. I don't give a fuck if Big gotta die. I don't give a fuck if Suge Knight gotta go to jail. I'm tired of living my life like this, and something gotta change.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm here with Anthony Jones, award-winning director, and that's one of his newest project he's been working on. How was it working on the project, and did you learn anything new that you didn't know going into this project?
I learned a lot of things that I didn't know going into this.
Do you think you were going to kind of make some people upset?
Some people definitely will be upset behind this because some people I'm sure know this. Like if you were there at the time, but there's a lot of people who really want to know what happened with Big, why he was killed, what really happened. Why the killer wasn't brought to justice, so a lot of information in this documentary. So much that we couldn't even fit it all in the documentary because the documentary is an hour and 57 minutes, and I think we probably had like 6 hours worth of footage. Now, as far as filming it though, it was fun. I mean, we shot it. Took us like 3 days to shoot the documentary because it's like one big interview where the bodyguard Gene is telling the stories of everything that's been going on. And when you hear, some of this stuff, when you hear who's involved, when you hear,
it was shocking to you to hear?
Yeah, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and why, the killer wasn't brought to justice. I don't want to give too much of the documentary up.
Yeah, exactly.
But, there's a lot of people involved. Some people are going to be upset behind it, but, it is what it is. Here's the thing. I always say if you're not guilty, then you won't have any problem with it. But the people that's guilty, they might have a problem with it, but that's on them. You did what you did. Now it's to a point where this is something that needs to be put out there and that needs to be known because of how influential this man was, and just in general, anybody if something happens to somebody, like that story needs to be told. I don't think that people you don't do things and you get away with it, for all this time. That man's mother, she went through a lot of pain. His family, friends, fans. So it's about time that the truth then came out.
What is one of the biggest lessons, I guess you can say, that as a viewer as an audience can take away from this movie when they see it?
What's done in the dark will come to the light. That's what I can say.
Wow, sounds very, very interesting. I'm actually definitely. We'll check it out. When do you have like a planned release date? Or?
We did a pre-screening on this past March 10th.
Okay.
And the reason why I did that because that was the day after Big died.
Oh, okay. So kind of a tribute?
Yeah, we were presented with an offer to screen it in Brooklyn.
Oh.
And I couldn't turn that down because Big was from Brooklyn and it was the day after he passed away. So I couldn't turn down that opportunity. But we're going to be doing a bigger screening this November, and the next one is going to be in Harlem, and then we're going to rotate throughout the city.
Hey Anthony, we have this new segment called If I Could, I Would. Anything from personal to business. Is there something in life that have taken place that you would go back and change if you could?
I would invest in Facebook. If I could.
Oh, when it just came out.
Yeah. No, but you know what? Honestly, I feel like my life is one big movie, so I wouldn't change anything because that would take away from it. Everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, it all makes for one hell of a story. So no, I wouldn't change anything.
You change anything? That's interesting. Well. It's not too late to invest in Facebook. It's still a good stock to invest in.
It's not the same as it was back then.
Yeah, like,
I was trying to get in early, but yeah.
Now you're at the peak of the climb, but not too late anyway. Please don't forget to check out Anthony's new documentary, Raw Deal, The Last Big Night. It's coming soon. Follow him on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and keep up with all he's doing. And hope to see you again soon.
I'll be back.
Definitely will be back. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time. This is the Nick Smith Show.